Hey friends, welcome back. Today I'm diving into the new PaddleTek GTO-C, and even though this is a relatively quick review, it's packed with data. So if you want to linger on the visuals, feel free to hit pause anytime. The GTO-C is the newest shape in the Bantam lineup. It sits right between the wide-body alw-c and the longer tko-c, but it's got some unique weighting and balance tweaks that give it a personality of its own. And when I cut one open, I found something in the surface layup that, as far as I know, hasn't been made public until now. Let's jump in. PaddleTek sent me these paddles to test, no strings attached. They didn't pay me, didn't get to preview this, and had no say in what I say here. If you do decide to pick one up using my code, I get a commission and it costs you nothing, but it helps support the channel and keeps the reviews coming. The GTO-C retails at $250, but you can knock $25 off that with my code Johnkew. Now, this is a true hybrid shape with a soft taper towards the top, kind of like the 11624 Vapor shape. It leans more toward wide body actually than elongated. And just like other Bantams, it comes in two thicknesses, 12.7 and 14.3 millimeters. The Kyle Yates signature model adds some extra flair with brighter colorways, but functionally it's identical. And now here's where it gets a bit interesting. PaddleTek decided to go heavier with this series, and they do offer a selectable static weight at checkout between 7.7 and 8.1 ounces. That's not always clear on the site, so keep an eye out for it. And my own test paddles ranged in swing weight from 114 to 122, with twist weight between 6.5 and 7.5. And the balance point is also pushed higher, which we'll come back to. Let's talk internals. These are Gen 1 cold-pressed paddles, so no thermoforming and no foam walls. But they do include steel bowls inside for perimeter weighting. In the paddles I x-rayed, the 14.3 had 2 steel balls per side, while the 12.7 had 4, but that can vary depending on the final static weight PaddleTek is targeting. When I dissected the 12.7, I started by trying to remove these steel balls held in place with this white sticky putty so I wouldn't hit them with the saw. Now, I thought there were 4 balls per side because of the x-ray, and it turns out there were actually 5. And I found that out the hard way. Thankfully, I was using a handsaw and not an electrical one. Inside, it's large cell polypropylene, roughly 10 millimeter cell spacing, pretty healthy structure overall, and typical for the Bantam series. A few cells showed some lateral distortion from shear forces, but no crushing. Now, after I finished cutting through it like a sandwich, I reinserted the ball bearings, which you can see here, and then I cut a profile of it and looked at the face layup under a microscope and found something unexpected. The surface layup only has 2 layers, a unidirectional carbon fiber layer on the top and a bidirectional fiberglass weave underneath. Now that's unusual. In fact, I don't know any other paddles. I haven't dissected any others that have this. Most paddles I've cut open have at least 3 layers, often 2 opposing carbon fiber unidirectional layers to improve flex resistance. So this simpler layup might be what gives Bantam paddles, at least partly, that distinctive springy feel. And when I tested the flex of the GTO-C face compared to something like the Yola Pro 4, it was clear this face is much more flexible. That flexibility paired with the large cell polypropylene might explain how PaddleTek manages to squeeze elite tier power out of a Gen 1 paddle. Let's look at the raw data. Here are the key metrics, so spin, power, pop, maneuverability, and sweet spot. You'll see the raw numbers up top and a radar chart down below, showing where these paddles fall among more than 300 others in my database. High scores up on the left indicate firepower, so power and pop. Top right scores show forgiveness and control, and the bottom tells you about maneuverability and hand speed. So starting with the GTO-C 12.7, this thing is stacked all around. Big power, big pop, top tier spin, a large twist weight, and higher than average swing weight, and a very large balance point. It's a paddle built for elite firepower, but still engineered with spin and forgiveness in mind, but sacrificing a bit of hand speed as a trade-off. And the 14.3 shows similar trends, just a little more muted. Less pop, slightly lower spin and twist weight, and a more moderate balance point. The key point here is that you can select your weight at checkout, which means you have some control over swing weight, balance, and even how the paddle feels during play. And if you want to compare these paddles and radar charts, these are available in an interactive dashboard at JohnKewPickleball.com. Link is in the description. So I also put both paddles through my ball cannon test to get KewCOR scores, and that's my power paddle metric, similar to USAP's PBCOR or UPAA's PEF. It measures coefficient of restitution during paddle ball impact. The GTO-C 12.7 came in at 0.525 and the 14.3 at 0.507. So the 12.7 is firmly in the elite power category, alongside the Bantam alw-c, Holbrook Arma T, and the Rhombus Ripple. And the 14.3 is a tier down just above the Carbon True Foam Genesis, still powerful, but a bit more controlled. With the GTO-C, PaddleTek is doubling down on what they've always done well: durable, American-made, cold-pressed Gen 1 paddles with elite power. There's nothing radically new here. It's the same Bantam DNA, just better optimized for balance and weighting. By shifting mass higher up on the face, they increased swing weight and reduced the dead zone at the top without pushing the paddle too much into the too heavy category. Now, the sweet spot is still smaller than what you get on a foam-enhanced paddle, but for Gen 1, it's solid. Now, because this particular paddle shape isn't as long as the tko-c, you can add weight near the tip without killing maneuverability. Personally, I think that the mid-weight models, so around 7.9 ounces, strike the best balance for most players. Now, if you do want to customize further, consider adding weight to the butt cap, so either one of those weighted coins or a slice replacement cap. That'll help drop the balance point, and if you're comfortable with a bit more head weight, a small strip of tungsten, about 3 grams at the tip, can further reduce that dead spot. Now, in today's market, it's tougher to compete with newer thermoformed and foam-enhanced paddles that offer larger sweet spots at lower prices. But I'd say PaddleTek still has a niche: elite power with legendary durability and a lifetime warranty to back it up. If you want to try one, use code Johnkew to take $25 off for the next 60 days. After that, my affiliate code down in the description still works and helps the channel with a small kickback. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.
Yeah, you better.